I know it's not cool to say this anymore, but I hated my body for a really, really long time. And I still do. But in the last few weeks, especially, having these reminders of going on these runs and reminding myself what my body is capable of doing, I love my body so much more now than I did 2 months ago. And it feels like freedom to not constantly be in that self-hatred cycle that's just not healthy. I do notice in my videos, I'm like a squirrel. No. Or like a dog that sees a squirrel. I'm either the squirrel or the dog that sees the squirrel. I'm somewhere new today. It is Wednesday and I really don't want to go for a run. I feel like there's been very few days where I just absolutely don't want to do this. Today is one of those days, so I thought I would try to make it a little bit more fun by going somewhere new. So we'll see if that pays off. I have driven past this park and I know there's like a trail here. I've driven past it 1,000 times, but I've never been here. So it could be really good. I'm a little nervous that it's going to be, because it is like a trail instead of like a park, that it might be a little bit too difficult. But who cares, really? So because I don't know anything about this trail, I've just kind of been watching someone else. She like clearly knows what she's doing. You can tell the real athletes by like their gear, you know? She clearly knows what she's doing. And so I'm trying to watch like, where is she going so that I go in the same direction. I very much don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it anyways because I'm halfway through the week and I really hated leaving it until the weekend. So I'm not going to do that again. Yeah, and I've had such a good start to this week with doing my little family walk on Monday again. It really is just like a nature walk more than exercise of any kind, but it's so nice and I'm really glad that we're doing that for everyone. Like, that's good for my whole family. If you're following on the Couch to 5K plan, I am on week 4, day 3, which is a repeat of last week. It is jog 3 minutes, walk 90 seconds, jog 5 minutes, walk 2.5 minutes, jog 3 minutes, walk 90 seconds, jog 5 minutes. So I have done that. I've done a pretty good job of that before. So I'm going to try my best and we'll see how it goes. We'll see if this trail is a good candidate for repeat visits or if it's too difficult. I do notice in my videos, I'm like a squirrel. No. Or like a dog that sees a squirrel. I'm either the squirrel or the dog that sees the squirrel. I cannot just focus on the camera because like right now there's a truck driving over there and I'm like I have to constantly be like, oh, movement, what's going on? I am also feeling a little bit of like mom guilt for going on a run today because my daughter she's just in that phase where she's very clingy with me and like really only wants mom right now. I think all kids go through that. My son definitely did, and he's certainly over me by now. He was telling me just yesterday that I'm actually not a cool mom, so I have a lot of work to do there. But I feel bad leaving. She's napping, but she'll wake up and I'll probably still be gone. And I just feel a lot of guilt because it is like driving, filming, running, filming, driving home. Like that whole thing takes about an hour and a half usually. And that's the most I'm away from my kids. And I always feel guilty because I'm doing something just for myself. And I think it's important. I think my health is important. And if I'm active, my kids are more likely to lead healthy and active lives. But I don't know. I still really struggle with the guilt of doing something that I consider kind of selfish of just because it's only for me. I'm the only one who like is out here. I'm here by myself. How dare I as a mom do something by myself? Oof. Let's give it a whirl. Golden wonderland, when we're hand in hand, our sisterhood turns bad into good. Golden wonderland, when we take the stand, our sisterhood. I'm really, really glad I did that. I knew, even though I didn't want to do it, I knew that I'd feel better if I did. So I'm really glad I did, because I do feel better. It was absolutely gorgeous. I love this trail. It was a lot more vertical than I was expecting. So I think I need to repeat today's distance to do it a little bit stronger, but I'm also really, really proud of myself. I did both 3-minute increments fairly easily, like still challenging, but I did it and I didn't feel like quitting. And I did one of the 5-minute increments on the way back, which was downhill. So I'm still really, really proud of myself. I think I did really great. I feel great. It was absolutely beautiful. It does help the mom guilt a little bit to know that I'm going back home in a much more like refreshed and positive mood than when I left. 2 people on bikes just rode by and they're staring at me like, what is she doing? And you know what? Fair. This is humiliating. So yeah, I'm really glad I did it. It was absolutely beautiful. I feel great, but I am gonna repeat this again. I think I said all of that. I'm just repeating myself. Another one done. I'm ready for my second run of the week. Today is Saturday. It is another gorgeous day. Really, every day is gorgeous because even though it does look like there's some big old rain clouds over there, it's 75, a little bit windy, so hopefully it's not too hot, just beautiful. And I am really committed to having today be the last day that I repeat this because I know I can jog for 5 minutes. I know I can jog for 5 minutes. I've done it more than one time. I know I can do it. I just have to believe in myself and push myself and make it happen. So I'm committed to this being the last day that I do this. I got a new camera. I have like a little digital camera that I like to film this part, the part that I'm currently doing. I don't like carrying it with me when I'm running, so I've just been using my phone. But I picked up a new camera to try and get some more interesting footage and hopefully higher quality, but we'll see. I think there's always a learning curve. I love a new piece of technology, but there's always a learning curve with it. Ooh, but look at how stinking cute it is. This is the Insta360 Go Ultra. I watched some reviews and some other creators were really recommending it. And this little bit pops out. It has a magnet on the back. You can use this as a viewfinder while it's disconnected. It just seems awesome. And when I saw someone else using it, I thought that would be really fun, specifically here at this park, because this can stick to like any metal, obviously, because it's a magnet and there's like little poles and stuff everywhere. So I'm excited to try it, but I'm also really nervous because it's just like kind of embarrassing to film in public. And this is super small, but it's still pretty obvious what it is. So I'm going to be brave and I'm going to at least try a couple new things today. I get embarrassed. So, especially with like a real camera, because if you're on your phone, like everyone takes pictures on their phone, you know, everyone's on social media. But if you're using a camera, like people, I feel like people are more likely to be like, what's she doing? Is she doing something suspicious, perhaps. And I should probably get a move on so I don't get rained on too much.
When the sky is falling down and the clouds get in your eye, I'll be a gold mine. When your world ain't going right and the struggle dims your shine, I'll be a gold mine. Back to back,
I did it. Oh my goodness. I am so proud of myself. I knew I was going to do it. I knew I could do it. And then I did it. And now I'm feeling untouchable. And now I get to cross it off the list. See this bad boy? Cross. Another one done. And I love, is there anything better than crossing something off, like getting a check mark on your to-do list? Amazing. I always feel like both really like zen, but also super jazzed. Like I have clarity, but also just like want to talk really fast and have a great time. I made it back to my car right before the rain started, and I've completely lost the plot. Not only did I get to check off a day on my Couch to 5K plan, this whole first piece of paper is done. But I get to move to the next paper. I'm feeling amazing. I just think back to the first time I ran and I had to run 1 minute and it was really difficult and I struggled and I left that first 2 weeks, 4 weeks even, just feeling embarrassed and ashamed. And I'm not gonna lie, I try to be positive, but there was a big part of me that just wanted to quit because I was failing and I thought it was impossible. And now, am I running a marathon? No. But I just ran 16 minutes. And it was challenging, but I never felt like quitting. And to go from 4 minutes on day 1 to 16 minutes today and feel so strong, it's just incredible. This has given me so much more confidence in what I'm capable of. And I'm just so thankful for this experience and running and having a body that's capable of movement that I wasn't taking advantage of. It's just amazing. I worked hard and I did something I didn't think I was going to do. And I am strong and I am capable and I'm just feeling really great. Feeling really great. So this is pretty much a wrap for this week. I got my 2 runs in. Both of them felt really great. And I did my extra walk with the family, which was also lovely. And so far, I'm still staying under my calorie deficit limit. I will report in. So I feel like this week was really successful. Another good week. And because it is Saturday, the 11th, I am 2 weeks out from the 5K. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to see how I do. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you're joining me on this Couch to 5K trip because it's amazing. I feel incredible, and I'll see you next week.